ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Virtual Public Health Campaign 2020 of Quest International University. And it's me again, Sean, with my partner here, Siu Tong.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Siu Tong. And there you have it, the final session of the Healthy Eating Experience series. I think we have covered some of the fantastic dishes today for you to try out at home.
Yeah, well, I hope this recipe is simple as well, because I'm really eager to try this out. Now, enough talking, let's watch the video.
Consume rice and low fat dairy because these food are high in calcium and protein. The ingredients that we are going to use to make our buffet is 1 cup of oats. Benefit of using oats are we can control our blood sugar and can lose our weight. Next, we have 50 grams of nuts. For today, I'm using hazelnuts. You can use either almond, macadamia, or whatever nuts. Benefit of hazelnuts are we can reduce our cholesterol and live longer. Next, we have 30 grams of coconut flakes. We have honey, and we have Greek yogurt. But for today, I'm using peach yogurt, but you can use either flavor yogurt or plain yogurt. Benefit of Greek yogurt it is a good source of protein and high calcium. Okay, for the first step is we put our oats in a bowl. Next, put nuts, and we put coconut flakes, and we mix it together. And now we add on a little bit of honey to make sweet. Mix it together. So now I'm going to put the mixture on the baking tray and bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 to 30 minutes. There is 2 important components to make our buffet. First is granola, second is yogurt. So our granola is done. There is many ways to plate our buffet, but we have to memorize the two layers. First layer is yogurt. Second is granola. So let's plate. We can top our buffet with any fresh fruit or roasted nuts. But for today, I'm topping with fresh fruit, strawberry. So there you have it. This is a super simple dessert that you can make at home. Thank you.
Now, doesn't that look delicious? I'm sure you're really hungry, but hold on a second. Don't go cooking first, because now it's our live Q&A session. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and my partner here will relay the questions to me, and we will provide you with an answer. Now let's start.
I heard that eating yogurt helps reduce blood pressure. Is it true?
Yes, it is true that yogurt and dairy products like low-fat milk, and some cheeses are able to reduce the risk of high blood pressure. And keep in mind, it's reduce the risk of high blood pressure, not reduce blood pressure, due to the presence of potassium. This helps to eradicate the excess of sodium from our body. I hope that answers your question. Moving on.
All right, the next question.
Come on, drop in your questions. Don't be shy.
All right, there is one. What is the difference between the Greek yogurt with the normal yogurt?
Okay, put it this way. To make Greek yogurt, you need more milk because Greek yogurt basically is strained yogurt. Okay, in terms of taste, Greek yogurt will taste more concentrated. And of course, since it is strained, for every, let's say, 100 grams, you will have more nutrients in the Greek yogurt and more flavor as well. So if we were to compare both in terms of nutrition, let's say 8 ounce, which is around 245 grams, the amount of protein in Greek yogurt will be almost double the amount of protein present in regular yogurt. And when you're talking about carbohydrates, since the draining process drains away some of the liquids, it carries away some of the carbohydrates as well, which has around 10 grams in Greek yogurt and around 15 to 17 grams in regular yogurt. So the amount of carbs has been reduced, and the amount of sugar, of course, will be reduced as well, almost by half after yogurt is strained. So having Greek yogurt with that much protein, this provides enough protein for you to stay full. So having the same amount of Greek yogurt in comparison to regular yogurt will make you stay full for a longer time. And protein is good for your muscles. And of course, it helps to control your metabolism. It boosts your metabolism actually. So you will burn more calories throughout the day and you won't feel that hungry. You consume less and you will lose weight. Then you will reduce the risk of hypertension. Okay, so moving on to the next question.
So, for a classic flavorful granola, salt should not be skipped. It is possible to add in for hypertension patients.
No. You can add in maybe just a little bit of salt, but try to skip this. You can use salt substitutes like Morton salt substitute, which there is potassium chloride in it. Because salt, as we have said, has a huge impact on our body. It hinders the increase of sodium ions due to the presence of salt. It hinders the ability of the kidney to remove H2O from the body, which increases the fluid and increases the pressure it exerts on the blood vessels, which then the blood vessels will strengthen themselves and causes the blood pressure to rise further. So no salt, no table salt, which is sodium chloride. Use salt substitute. It has the same salty taste, potassium chloride. But do consult a physician before using that. So moving on to the next question.
Right? I heard that coconut is bad for health and some others say coconut is good. Which one is right?
Okay, coconut, it contains a high amount of coconut oil, obviously. So these coconut oil, they have a lot of fatty acids that encourages the body to burn fat. Now let me explain how. You see, most dietary fats in general, fats that we consume, are of long-chain triglycerides, we call LCTs. While coconut oil contains some medium-chain triglycerides, which are shorter chains of fatty acids, and these MCTs, they go straight to the liver, and our body uses them as a quick source of energy. But as usual, consume in moderation. Too much of everything, too much of anything, is still bad. Point here, balance, moderation. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Now moving on.
So the next question will be, I'm always confused between instant, still cut, and raw oats. So what is the difference between these three oats and which one is better?
Okay, see, instant oats, it depends on what type of instant oats. Some instant oats are pre-boiled, pre-cooked, processed. Okay, so Steel cut oats and roll oats are basically raw oats. The difference is that for instant oats, you can just mix it with hot water and you can consume it. For steel cut and roll oats, you will have to cook it. It's like cooking a porridge. We would always suggest going for steel cut and roll oats in this recipe because you need the chewiness and slight crunchiness of the raw oats. Using instant oats in this case, it would just be really flaky and loose. So use steel cut or raw oats for this recipe. I hope that answers your question.
Alright. So the next question is, what other fruit can be suggested to put on the topping?
Basically, the sky is the limit. I would suggest blackberries, kiwis, bananas, but you can even put durian on it if you like it. It's really a personal preference. So the sky is the limit. Any fruit will do. Just make sure you like it. But our recommendation is blackberries, bananas. These fruits are really good with this. So moving on to the next question.
What is the other potential benefits of parfait?
Potential benefits. Okay, so this parfait is really rich in calcium and protein, so it improves our bone health with the presence of calcium. And the protein part, repeating this again, it boosts your metabolism. A high amount of protein will cause you to feel full and you will consume less, so you will lose weight, and then you will reduce the risk of hypertension. And it also stabilizes your blood sugar level. Okay? And we are using yogurt in this dish. And that's where we can find a lot of probiotics, which are really good for gut health. It restores the healthy bacterial balance within the gut. And it has high protein. It's high in protein as well. That's where the protein comes from. So I hope that answers your question.
Alright. So the next question. I prefer crunchier feel when I eat. What another ingredients can I add on?
You can add on macadamia nuts, peanuts, any other nuts, even sunflower seeds. But do get those without the shell. You do not want the sunflower seeds shell in your granola. It's not going to taste good. So get those without the shell and add it in. It'll be a bit more crunchy and nutty.
Alright.
I hope that answers your question. Moving on.
Okay, so let's move on. If I add the peanut into the parfait, can it suitable for hypertension patients due to its high calories?
Well, peanut, use it in moderation because, as usual, it is high in fats. When we're talking about nuts, about coconuts, these are high in fat content. So use in moderation. But peanuts actually do benefit you with the presence of magnesium and potassium, which is able to control your high blood pressure. Besides that, there's fiber and protein in peanuts, which is really helpful to maximize the antihypertensive benefits. So yes, I would recommend you to add peanuts, but in moderation, and go for unsalted peanuts. I hope that answers your question.
Alright. So the next question will be, I have no yogurt in my house. Can I replace it with shredded coconut on the bottom layered with frozen mixed berries?
Well, adding more coconut, I would not, because that will be too much coconut. There will be too much fat in there. Yes, it's true, coconut contains medium chain triglyceride, but too much of everything is no good. So
Yeah, so moderation is the key.
yes, moderation is the key. And besides that, Greek yogurt is not really hard to find these days, but make sure you go for the sugar-free kind. A lot of these Greek yogurt, because they taste very sour, they do add sugar in it. So go for sugar-free Greek yogurt. And if you can't, substitute with regular low-fat yogurt. Yeah, that's the best choice. And remember, sugar-free. Okay, moving on to the next question.
So, does honey changes its chemical composition and degrades its quality at high temperature?
Yes, it does. And that's one reason you don't make honey water with boiling water, okay? We let the water cool down a little. The way we make honey water, honey drinks, is we use like room temperature water or a little bit slightly warmer than room temperature. Yes. And we just mix it in. We don't mind mixing for a little bit longer. We do not want to boil water and just add it straight into the honey. It will denature it. So yes, the chemical composition will change and it will degrade at high temperature. So do be careful. But in this case, in this recipe, we do bake it for a little while. And that amount of time, we are baking it at a relatively low temperature, and it's not enough time for it to completely degrade. There are still benefits of honey in this recipe, so don't worry about it. Just don't overbake it. You do not want to lose the benefits, and you do not want to burn your granolas. So let's move on to the next question.
Okay, I'm on a diet now. Can I still eat it?
Yes, it is a low-calorie diet, so don't worry. You can eat it. In fact, this could actually help prolong the feeling of fullness because it has a lot of protein, a lot of fiber. So it reduces hunger, keeps you full for longer, and that promotes weight loss. So next question, please.
I feel like it is not sweet enough for me. What other ingredients can I add to make it sweeter?
Okay, just remember, don't add sugar. Yeah, you will need quite a lot of sugar to make something sweet enough. So what we will suggest is to use stevia extract. Stevia extract is a non-nutritive sweetener. It has almost 0 calories, and therefore it doesn't have the downsides of sugar, like causing some blood sugar spikes and crashes, but it gives you the sweetness of sugar, and it's even sweeter than sugar. However, that's the catchback. There will be a little bit of bitterness to it if you consume it in a high concentration at once. But if you mix it into the yogurt, into the granolas, don't worry. The bitterness will be covered up by the other flavors. And besides, you can add some natural fruits to flavor this your yogurt, this recipe. You can even cook the fruits in a pan for a little while, extract some of the juices so it can mix even better. I hope that answers your question. Moving on.
Okay. What dry fruits can be added to this granola, and is chocolate granola a healthy choice?
You can add raisins into this granola, but do keep it in a small amount because raisins are very sweet. They have high amounts of sugar. However, there are a lot of benefits to raisins. They're really rich in antioxidants. So add a little bit of raisins. It changes texture a little bit, and there's like some sweetness, something punching through. Oh, some sweetness to it. So you can add raisins to granola and chocolate. Now, as long as you use it in moderation and it's unsweetened, chocolate granola is actually a healthy choice. Chocolate is actually healthy. The reason chocolates are known to be unhealthy is because people add a lot of sugar to it to make it palatable. Use milk chocolate. So go for dark chocolate and it will be healthy. If you can get some like 82% dark chocolate, you will realize how bitter pure chocolate is. So chocolate on its own is healthy. I hope I answered your question. Moving on.
So let's move on.
Okay, apparently there is no more question. So this marks the end of our Q&A session, but we are not done today. Tonight, we are welcoming our very own lecturer from Queen's International University, who will give us a talk on understanding the wonderful side of weight management based on hypertension. So if you want to know how weight matters, you do not want to miss tonight's talk, which starts at 8 p.m. tonight, right here on Facebook and YouTube. So see you at 8 p.m. But don't forget to participate in the fitness hashtag challenge, and make sure you subscribe and follow us on Instagram and Facebook with the username of PHC2020QRU. I repeat, it's PHC2020QRU. And there is one more announcement. We have some exclusive merchandises. So make sure to check out and get it because it is limited and it has a really beautiful design exclusively available from us. So that's it, and see you at 8:30 p.m. tonight.